Hello, with me is Michael Burdett, and he is looking after the module on eschatology. And I hope that after these couple of minutes of listening to him, you will have a better understanding of what's in the module and what you can expect from it. Michael, the module on eschatology, what's it about?
Yeah. Well, there's probably three things that I should discuss in relation to the module. First of all, what is eschatology? Why eschatology? And then what might you find in the module itself?
Okay, what is it?
Yeah, well, what eschatology comes from the term itself, eschata, meaning last, last things, and ology being the study of. So it's essentially the study of last things. And frequently, when people think of eschatology, probably the images which are conjured, at least today, are perhaps the Apocalypse of John, the book of Revelation, the whore of Babylon riding atop, a great beast. One might think of apocalypses in general, which might not have anything even to do with Christianity or even religion. Issues of climate change are at a tipping point more than ever than any other time. And people relate to that in a particular kind of way, which is almost apocalyptic. If things don't change, then we're in serious problems. So in one sense, why study eschatology is because we're really, really obsessed with the future right now. And perhaps that's because if you look around the world today, things are changing incredibly quickly. Whether you look at climate, whether you look at politics, whether you look at technology, the kind of rapid pace of what's happening makes us think, goodness, what's going to be happening in the future? How is everything going to end up? How do I fit in all of this? And in one sense, the Christian doctrine of eschatology tries to answer precisely those questions of not only just how everything ends up, but what is it really all about after all? So eschatology today, I think, is incredibly important. What's also interesting, at least in the history of the doctrine itself, Ernst Troeltsch in the 19th century said that the eschatological seems to be closed these days. But by the early part of the 20th century, Hans Urs von Balthasar said that it became the kind of the storm zone of Christian theology. It's a very kind of hot topic. If you were to take the module itself, it proceeds historically, so that in the first couple units you'll be dealing with the major biblical material, Pauline eschatology, the kind of imminent expectation of early Christians of the second return of Christ. And then we'll kind of move into the patristic period with people such as Augustine, Ambrose, and many others, attending to some of the kind of different themes and contours of eschatology. So how did they understand death? What happens after death? What is hell? What is the state of hell? What is heaven? How does it relate to the elect? How does it relate to the damned? What about those who didn't quite make it to heaven, that still have a bit of sin left over? Well, that's going to have to be purged. And so each unit kind of takes a particular historical period. So then the medieval period, then to the Reformation period, and then kind of ending in the 19th, 20th century doctrinal theology, and then a final chapter on philosophical approaches to eschatology, because in the 20th century, philosophy had a huge impact even on how Christian theology was done.
Michael, thanks for that introduction to the module. And to you who are about to take the module, I hope it has given you a little introduction and an overview of what to expect.